Yo, 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 what's up? It's your boy, Comic Mr. Rob, back at you with another video. Today is actually a pretty good video still. It's not as large as my last video was for pickup wise, due to the fact that that was a convention based video, but I did um, a little bit while I was on my vacation as well as a little bit when I came back. I spent some time on the app Whatnot and made a few purchases. I'm not a huge fan of the app. There are definitely some gimmicky and overpriced and kind of some issues that they need to work out, like little kinks. Nothing bad, but the actual people on the channels are great. The books are great. The actual community is pretty good. So I do actually enjoy the atmosphere of being there, but there are my connection way out where I live isn't as great. So sometimes when I'm swiping, it doesn't either register or it doesn't show me that someone else already bid up like an extra $10 or $15, and then I end up overpaying for the book. So, in the grand scheme of things, those are like little tiny kinks that could potentially be worked out, and it's not gonna be the end of the world if I, spend an extra $10. If that's the case, I shouldn't be on the app spending money at all. But we do have a couple of really good Whatnot pickups that I'm going to go over with you guys. And then I do want to say something brief about an upcoming video that I am very excited about. This is a comic book based YouTube channel, but I do collect action figures and toys. You guys, if you go back into my past videos, you will notice that I have a very heavy focus on The Flash, and I have very little, like by little I mean like maybe 10 total figures that are outside of the Flash's universe, and that would be my Transformer Armada series, which I have a very good run of, and I have some Marvel Legends stuff. But that is all about to change. I have a very large pickup coming up that is going to be Marvel based toys. It was a great deal. I couldn't pass it up. It's going to be a very large collection in the grand scheme of things, and I'm excited to bring that to you. So stay tuned for next week whenever that video comes out. But without further ado, we are going to look at the Whatnot books. All right. Now we're back down in the lower camera position here. I do have a little bit of a new setup. This is just an old blanket. I wanted something that was a solid color for the backdrop, but I figured this would be a little bit easier to showcase the books and get a better lighting on them versus me leaning them up against the other setup that we had in videos past. So let me know if you guys like this new setup, and eventually I'll get a cool looking mat instead of a blanket. First off, again, these are Whatnot books that I have purchased recently. I got bored on the plane on the ride home, purchased a few on the plane, and then when I got back to the house, I had bookmarked a couple streams that I had noticed while I was looking, and went back, watched those streams, and purchased some more books. Now, all of these were relatively competitive grabs. I'll kind of go over pricing a little bit when I get to each book because they were, how Whatnot works. First off, both of these came from the same stream. We have Spawn #1 by Image Comics, and then this guy was doing a lot of Image stuff. We have Savage Dragon #1, also Image Comics. Now, both of these were sold separately, but they were by the same stream, and they're actually super mint copies. These are very sharp looking books, with no error at all, which was shocking. Even this Savage Dragon is not as crisp, but it's still pretty damn clean. Both of these, so the Spawn I picked up for, I think it was an auction. It was $1 start, so I ended up with it at around $16, and then the Savage Dragon I ended up around $10. So pretty good deals on both of those, and they're clean copies, which we always love. You're gonna see those in the corners. Let me turn them this way. There we go. Oh, you can still see them. Oh well. There we go. A little bit better. Next up, DC stuff. Oh, I just realized I did something I wasn't supposed to do. Okay, let me get through these real quick. My new comic book day stuff is in here. I didn't know it was going to be, so let me do the new comic book day stuff real quick. Batman and Robin, the black and white Noir edition, and #1. And then I did pick up, I missed this last time around, so I grabbed it this time around, the Batman Full Moon. Just super cool covers. I like the whole black and white look, if you can't tell. It's super cool to display. This story is very good. The art's kind of weird, but the story is really good. So that was some new comic book day stuff. And let's see here. Now, to continue on the DC train, these were DC books that I purchased off of a couple of different streams. I should have wrote everybody's stream thing down so I could have given shout-outs where shout-outs were due, but I didn't do that, so another ill-prepared YouTube moment for ya boy. Sorry, I'm trying to get these covers from sticking together. Okay, there we go. All right, so first up, we have, it's kind of a beater copy, but the Tales of the Teen Titans, this is issue number 44. Those of you who are familiar with comic books know that this is the first appearance of this guy right here. That is Nightwing. Super cool book. I've been wanting this book in the collection for a while. I do have the first Deathstroke, which is Teen Titans issue number 2, and I do have issue number 1 of Teen Titans as well, which are like 3 of the bigger books from the Titans franchise in general. Of course, there's the first appearance of Teen Titans, which is very expensive, but this is a book I've been wanting for a while, so I did get this one. And then to follow suit with Deathstroke on that, I got the Deathstroke the Terminator. This is issue number 1. This is the first solo series of Deathstroke, where he has his own title, and I thought it was a super cool flexing on him type of cover, and I actually never owned this book. It's not a super expensive book. I've just never owned it. So yeah, those, and then we have, to continue with my Flash addiction, we have the first appearance of Impulse. This is a not a super expensive book, but it is kind of a good key because Impulse is kind of a, I think they're going to do a lot more with him as speedsters go on, because that whole DC speedster universe has quite a few, and he's the son of Barry Allen, so I can see him having still a pretty good future. And then a very large book for me personally, this is the origin and a first appearance of Zoom, not to be confused with the Flash issue 139, which is the first appearance of Professor Zoom, or Reverse Flash. This is actually Zoom. The name of this character is Zoom. It's a decent sized book, and man, look at this copy. This is, again, very, very crispy. So I don't know, I might send that off along with the Spawn. I might get them. I'm not a big fan of graded, and I like reading my books. I've read both of these already. I flipped through them, but they're almost so perfect that I'm scared I'm gonna mess them up in my collection. So let me know your thoughts and what you think on that. I got this for $34. I got this for like 18 or 20 bucks. This was $9, and I snagged this for 35 bucks also. So that's the DC from the old whatnot. Larger stack than normal. Marvel, of course. Why wouldn't there be? And there is a slab over here, which we'll get to in a second. I am going to crack this slab. I'm not keeping this slab for certain reasons. I'll explain when we get there. Ooh, I hope this doesn't. This might sparkle really good on the. Yeah, there it goes. This is Web of Spider-Man issue number 100 with the cool holographic kind of foily cover. This is the first appearance of the Spider-Man armor suit. Kind of a cool book, not like a mega ultra grail, but super cool cover, super cool looking book, and the armor looks awesome, as well. Set that Marvel to the side. We have some Captain America books. I don't think I've ever showed you guys any Captain America, but we have quite a bit of Captain America going on, so let me show you those. We'll get the Spidey out of the way so we can actually flip through these. So, Captain America issue, this is the 25th anniversary. This is issue 323. Super cool. And then, of course, you have Captain America issue 354. I believe this is the first, like, full story of, man, I forget his name. He's going to be a Thunderbolt. Gosh darn it. It's passing me. Well, we're going to miss it. And then this is a cool little run within the Captain America franchise that I enjoy. So this is issue 401. Issue 402, you can see where we're going. Issue 403. Issue 404, check that cover out. Isn't that awesome? Wow. And issue 405, Cap Wolf, of course. Awesome cover. And then Captain America, issue 406, also Cap Wolf with Wolverine on the cover. Amazing. And another Cable and Wolverine cover with Captain America and Cap Wolf. Man and Wolf. That was the whole Man and Wolf series. Very cool little run in the Captain America main title. Was super happy when a guy was selling all of them. That's every single one of them. And I got them all for like $28 and then taxes and shipping. Excuse me. Okay, so last two. The Monster of Frankenstein, issue number 1. This is the first appearance of Frankenstein in Marvel comic books. Not the first appearance, but in Marvel. And it was in decent condition, you know. It's got a little bit of corner damage down here for sure. And the spine has seen better days. But the book, all in all, is in pretty good shape. You got another little folds down there. But pretty good shape book. I was happy to grab this. And then this one was kind of weird. This is a Rise of Midnight Suns. This is Morbius. This is issue number 1 for Morbius. This is part 3 of 6 out of this little franchise. And it's still in the poly bag, which is super cool. I like that. So, that is all the Marvel Raw books. We do have one slab. I've never put slabs on this new lighting thing I have, so we'll see how the glare is. But I picked up, this auction was, you know, sometimes you get lucky on Whatnot, and the auction is moving really slow, and there's not a lot of people who have interest in the book. Or, you know, the book in general is, you know, people don't know what it is, or whatever the situation may be, or they're not looking for high price books. I did get a 7-0 Godzilla issue number 1 from 1977. This is the first appearance of Godzilla in comic books. This has a Nick Fury, could you imagine? Nick Fury appearance, and, you know, it's got pretty much your classic Godzilla King of Monsters story going on. And the 7.0 is pretty clean. Now, the comps for this book are around anywhere from $80 to $120. Depends on the time of year and the health of the comic economy. But none of that matters. I got it for $58. So, super clean, super crisp. $58. That's the back of it. Looks beautiful. I love showing the backs when I can. I don't like taking everything out of every bag and board, but the slabs are kind of cool because you can... I mean, I'm not a big slab guy, but it's cool to see the backs of the books. I do like that. But 7.0 Godzilla, not a holy grail book for me, but I do collect first appearances of books similar to this. For example, you'll see these probably in an upcoming video when we get back to the collection videos. We're going to have King Kong, issue number 1, RoboCop, Terminator, Planet of the Apes, Predator. You know, this kind of style of genre. I call them like movie comics or kind of fantasy, borderline, not really horror, but borderline horror, sci-fi number 1s. I do like to collect those. The covers are really funky and cool, and I grew up watching all the movies, so it was cool to add this one to it. I'll do a video where I show off all of them, including this one because I am going to probably crack this one out of the slab so that it matches the raw collection of those books that I already have. Plus, there's no reason to keep a Godzilla #1 slabbed. It's not going anywhere. I'm not gonna ever resell this thing. I'll put the little label in the bag and board and call it a day. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for the comic books. So let's head back up top and get outroed out of this video. All right, so that will be about it for today's video. Those are all my Whatnot pickups and recent comic books I've acquired. Again, I can't stress enough, please come back next week and check out a very large toy collection that I'm going to be showcasing on the channel. I believe it's roughly 28 or 30 individual new inbox figures from Marvel. I'd love to show those off and show you guys something really cool. I got a good deal, and I'll explain the whole process of the deal and how I went about buying this collection. And then, of course, I imagine sometime next week, if not the week after, we will have another awesome Comic Mr. Rob video about comic books and some upcoming stuff. I am waiting on a few things in the post and waiting on a few deals to come up here locally with some people in my community that we're talking about doing some potential trading or swaps in general. So please stay tuned. If you guys haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. It's free, doesn't cost you a thing, and it does help me out, and it shows me that you guys actually want me to make these videos, as well as leave a like on the video just so I know that, one, you're enjoying the video, and two, maybe we can get some more people to come in and enjoy the content. As always, this has been Comic Mr. Rob, and I'll see you next time. Peace and love.